Don't cross your kid up on the chat. What's up?
Brett, now that we're here, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. You are my longest 10-year friend, brother.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. What are some of the craziest things you think we've ever done together?
That I can say on live?
Yeah, you can say on live.
That I can say on live.
You can say on live. What's the craziest things? You want to talk about
We've had some good nights in Vegas.
We've had some great nights in Vegas. Have we stayed in a room like this?
Yeah.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. This is a very familiar room. Yeah.
But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so we're going to keep it there.
Well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that one, because that right there gets you in trouble at home. But I'm going to tell you right now, have a good time, just responsibly.
Responsibly. We're always responsible. We're always responsible.
I feel like Vegas is one of those spots where you can literally be pissy drunk and everybody be like, oh, damn.
Vegas.
It's Vegas. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would be like one of those nights where you'd be like, damn.
We almost lost somebody today. I ain't gonna say who, but we almost lost somebody today. But that's Vegas for you. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay strong in Vegas, though, bro.
You gotta stay strong.
You gotta stay strong. Has there been any time in Vegas where you've lost more than $100?
Ooh, probably. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I've usually been good in Vegas. I usually come out winning in Vegas.
Okay. What's a win for you? $50, $100, $200?
Nah, I won like $1,500 before.
$1,500?
Yeah.
That's cap, Brett.
No, swear.
Brett, it's me and you talking, bro. I'm your best friend, bro. Come on,
swear.
bro.
First time I ever came to Vegas to gamble, $1,500.
Oh, specifically to gamble?
Yeah, when I first learned blackjack. Yeah.
You were counting cards? Keep it a bean.
Nah, I wish I was smart enough to do that.
Hey, Brett was counting cards in the casino. Y'all hear that, casinos? He was counting y'all cards, 6 decks. Genius. Go ahead.
I wish.
He was counting 6 decks cards.
I wish.
He said when those two kings come up in a row, that's the first deck. And then he said the jacks come up, that's the 4th deck. The 5th and 6th deck, he starts seeing them numbers. Once he starts getting the 6, 7, 8, he's like, yeah, it's the 6th deck.
Here's how I know that's cap. I was happy to get a B in math, so I already know I'm not counting no cards.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I was trying to definitely get an A in math.
Facts.
Okay. Facts. What about some of our time in West Orange? Shout out to West Orange, New Jersey, man.
Shout out to West Orange, New Jersey.
One of the greatest places on earth, even though it has its own, things going on like every other city. But for us growing up, what was life like? I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, man. West Orange is so unique. You don't really notice it until you leave.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ohio. I was in Ohio for 5 years, went to school out there. But it's not till you leave that you realize how diverse it is, how different it is. We had people from every walk of life, man. I'm not just talking about, black, white, Latina, Asian. I'm talking about every section of Africana, every section of Spanish and Latina, every section of Caucasia, everything. And so you got to learn a lot about different people and a lot about different cultures. And I think that really helped us growing up, because then when you go out in the world and you meet all these new people, you can get along with everybody, and you understand everybody, and you understand your differences make you better. So
where we grew up, we celebrated each other's differences.
For sure.
Okay.
We made fun of them too because we're kids, but
facts.
But it was all in good fun.
What was probably we don't have to say any of the stereotypical jokes, but what was something about our culture do you think that was out there?
Oh man.
I'll say one, grape soda.
Grape soda for sure. If you live down the hill.
Oh, you and KP were talking about this.
Yeah, if you live down the hill, you hated up the hill kids. If you were from up the hill, you hated down the hill kids. Me and you were good everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Me and you was good everywhere, you know what I'm saying? I could go down the hill. I could still go down the hill to this day.
Yo, bro, you gotta chill, bro.
To this day.
You gotta chill, because that was honestly a forced dap. I'm gonna let it ride because I'm your brother, but the way you just spoke that up, like, yeah, I'm still good down the hill, bro. Who are you still beefing with down the hill?
Nobody. That's the point.
But why you looking to the camera when you said that? Like, you talking to other West Orange residents? Like, I can still come down the hill. Like,
I am, because I'm talking to y'all. I love y'all. By the way, big things happening in West Orange this fall. Yep. Stay tuned.
What's happening? Are you saying stay tuned? Just
stay tuned. We got some stuff coming, some auntie stuff coming.
In Jersey. In West Orange.
West Orange specifically. A matter of fact, all the oranges, but West Orange specifically, Jersey specifically.
Okay.
We got some good stuff coming. So
this is legend stuff right here.
Yeah.
We're in our legend era?
I think so.
And our 33-year-old selves, are we in our legend era right now? Are we completely just going off? Like, we're no longer young pups in this. We're like young legends.
Nah,
we're legend era shit.
We coming for it all. I love it. Okay. We putting Jersey on the map.
Can I tell them who you wanted to be when you were younger?
Who did I want to be?
Stephen A. Smith. Keep it a bean. Keep it a bean. Don't do that. That's why his face went like that. That's why his face went like that. I see. That's something I gotta say on stream, bro.
Hey,
because
listen.
What's up?
Oh, for that one? Yeah, because that.
Yeah, you want me to put it up?
Hey, Merrick, you want to move that phone?
You wanted to be Stephen A. Smith.
I did. I wanted to be a journalist.
You felt like that was somebody that you could look up to. Back then. I'm just saying, back then when we were kids. I'm saying, obviously now we're men. I'm just saying.
Well, if you'll follow me on the gram, y'all know my idol was Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott, I'm saying.
Rest in peace. For sure.
Obviously, Stuart Scott is number one. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, after a certain while in terms of controversy, you definitely took a different approach.
Yeah, no, Stephen A. Smith, Chris Broussard, Stuart Scott, Jay Harris. Those are all idols of mine growing up.
Who else?
Wanted to be in journalism. My dad got me into that, so shout out to my dad.
Yep.
I'm trying to think who else were like the people that I like watched growing up, because I wanted to be a journalist since like 8th grade.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm trying to think. Mostly the ESPN guys. Some, NFL Network was cool too, but those were more athletes.
What about Mike Wilbon? You ain't?
I did like Mike Wilbon at first. He was an OG in the game. You had to respect.
I thought you were a Max Kellerman fan as well.
I mess with Max.
Okay.
I mess with Max.
Kellerman.
I mess with Max. Max gave you a different perspective. Shout out Andre Iguodala from earlier.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fate of the world. Who we giving the ball to, chat? Fate of the world. Laser beams. I want to even die. You know
what about Skip?
Skip, not really.
Okay.
Not really. I watched First Take. He's an OG in the game, but I already knew that was kind of like controversy based. That was never really my thing. I'm not a hot take type of guy.
Okay.
I love debate. I love really diving into sports and stuff like that on an intellectual level. So the gotcha takes and the hating just to hate, never really was my thing.
I got you. What about the times when they would say different things that you didn't agree with? How did you feel about that? About certain media pundits saying that?
It's not really what they say, it's how they say it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're never gonna agree on everything. Me and you disagree on different things, but we respect each other's point of view. When it gets to the name calling, when it gets to trying to like paint some people in certain lights, that's when I kind of fade away from that. Yeah. Because again, we're not gonna agree on everything, and I like hearing different people's perspective because it changes your perspective. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, again, the gotcha stuff, the clout chasing stuff, the let me vilify this person just for the sake of it, that's the part I don't really vibe with. But, somebody having a different opinion on a player that I like or don't like, whatever, I'm cool with that. Okay. I'm cool with that.
And then do you feel like there is an unfair shake that goes on when guys start speaking up on these points that are made? Because usually back in the day it was Twitter. You get on Twitter, you can respond to an article. Yeah. Now you can get on stream and be like, let me go through this video. I'm gonna watch the full 40 minutes and I'm gonna give you a live reaction and then put some content up. Yeah. What do you think about that? Because I feel like I'm in this day and age where
somebody made a good point. They said it's annoying when they just say things without backing up their claims. Hey, as a journalist, oh my God, that drives me insane. Yeah. Come on, bro.
But I feel like within our space, within our industry, that's been normalized. Where people can say, sources say, a GM said,
now they're not
an anonymous player said. Yeah. I just look at that as, so can you consider basketball media untraditional? Yeah. Okay. So, in comparison to the way journalism and media has been long form for the past.
I'm gonna put y'all on game. I'm gonna put y'all on game. So what's happening now is these people are no longer journalists, right? So the journalism integrity does not have to be there. They're quote unquote TV personalities.
So there's a difference between a journalist and a TV personality. Yes, so there's a lot of TV personalities that just are there for the controversy, there for the takes, there for the excitement.
They can say whatever they want.
But the journalists are there for the investigative aspect, integrity, making sure that the relationships are fluid. Okay, cool. Because I feel like the real live journalists don't have a problem with confrontation. Yeah. Because they know that that's also part of the sport. That's also what they joined in. But also, I know a journalist doesn't like to be wrong.
Right. But what's happening is people are jumping back and forth. And I'm not going to say names because we're not trying to do that. But there's certain people who...
Drop the fucking names, Brett.
There's certain people...
Drop the names, Brett. Drop the names, Brett. Drop the names. Now you got anonymous sources too? Drop the names.
Shatalia will cut this feed in a second if I drop names. So I ain't going to drop names. But there's certain people that either are journalists or were journalists, and they kind of want to toggle back and forth. Okay. Where they want to act like they're a journalist so they can say what they want to say. But then when there's controversy behind it, it's, well, I'm not a journalist. I'm just.
Oh, so they hide behind. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have a question for you, and this maybe, I don't know if you've done any research on it, but what about the RG3 tweet?
Which one?
That just recently came out.
He always tweeting. What he said?
Okay, the one that was like referring to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Do you feel like because these are the debates that go on, right? What's up? Okay, these are the debates that go on, right? That end up having some biases to it.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to go deep into what he said exactly.
Right.
But I'm saying, do you think that sometimes we get extra critical because of who it's coming from, versus
absolutely
what the actual message is or what the story actually is? Because I feel like it gets to that point where people are just, they look at the personality or the person that's saying it rather than trying to extract
what he's saying.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, that's human nature. You know what I mean? If somebody's gonna tell you how to make a layup, right? You're gonna listen to Kobe before you listen to me, right? We can say the same thing.
For sure.
But if I say, hey, Kai, I think you should do this next time, you're gonna give me a.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna give you a side eye for sure.
Exactly.
That was a crazy comparison, but I get it.
That's my point.
I get it.
But also that works both ways too, where it's like sometimes we want to shoot the messenger and don't listen to the message.
Okay.
So it goes both ways. So, you know, it's interesting. When people date certain people or marry certain people, then there's other things that is like, well, you're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah.
And whether that's fair or not fair, that's human nature.
Yeah.
And we get it. I think we just gotta be a little bit more open-minded. I think in today's society, it's either you're this or that. I hate that either or fallacy.
Yeah.
Let me see the black socks. We got choices. Show the choices to the chat, man.
I got a classic sports sock, classic sports sock, classic sports style, all different
fonts and everything. Hey, W Black Socks in the chat.
Appreciate it. Shout out Jeff, man.
Shout out Jeff. W Jeff in the chat. W Black Socks in the chat.
But look, can I get into something though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, because I've been wanting to ask you.
Yes, sir.
All right, look, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it.
Yes, sir.
But look, I have a question for you.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Do you feel like it's fair? And not even say fair. Do you think when they put players' contracts out and everyone knows what everyone's making, what do you think about that? What do you think about someone knowing how much you make per living, but because it's in the basketball space, it's just normal? Like, hey, like people say congratulations, but then they see all the details of the deal, and I'm just like, damn, bro, you really went through all that to.
So what it's called is a public entity. So for instance, when I covered town politics, if we ever elected a new chief of police or something like that, I had to put their contract out.
Their whole contract.
Yeah, and
it was sent to you.
No, I had to go dig for it. They didn't want to give it to me, but I had to do it because it's technically the voting public and their tax dollars go to their contract.
Yeah.
So they have a right to know how much you're getting, right? Okay. In the sports realm, it's kind of the same thing because the fans are immediately involved in how the economics of the whatever sport works. It's viewed as the public has a right to know what you're being made. Now, I would argue that the other side should probably put
a right.
That I said argue. I'm not saying I agree with it. That's
okay. You said a right. That's what I said. I asked you that question because I find it very interesting that, of course, people will know what CEOs of Fortune 500 companies make. They'll know different avenues of 9 to 5 in terms of the contract structure, but when it comes to sports, it's like you know exactly the pay scale, the details of it, and then it gets discussed as though there isn't any real live consequences to that. Yeah. You know, I wonder if people know that how much that puts a target on someone's life where you know what's going on, but you see it very casual, but it helps the overall growth of the sport, the sexiness of it. Like, oh, guess what? Kai or so-and-so is making this record-breaking historic numbers. Yeah, like the Thunder. Shout out to all the Thunder that got paid. Yeah, shout out to Shea, shout out to J-Dub, shout out to everybody that Chet got the max deal. They're already on that payment scale, right? My max deal, I'm not saying it was like not a lot of money. My first max deal was 5 years, $90 million. Yeah. And my next deal grew up from there. But I look at it as, is it too much information at some point though? Because when does it become comfortable for me? Right. If you know exactly what I'm making, there's an awkwardness to that where I'm existing within our same society, but also separation there. Because now I could feel less sorry for you. I could feel more envy, all that. I do. Yeah, this is a question. I know. I think I'm a do it all or nothing type of person, right? So if you're gonna put the financials out there, put the financials on the other side. How much are these teams making? How much did they take home? What was their stuff, right? Now you're getting into some real stuff. Because now we can hold everybody accountable, and not just players. That's all. Or do none of the above. If it's hidden, then it's hidden. I just think I love the engagement, right? When we see D-Book gets X amount of money, richest deal ever. Yeah. But it gets framed as if it's the richest deal ever, but at the same time, there is a bigger financial situation that's going on. That's all.
Yeah,
All
for sure.
Yeah, but
For
I was just asking because I think from a media standpoint, sometimes it could get a little intrusive.
Yeah,
when
for
people
sure.
know what you make, and then they ask somebody like, "Hey, so I saw that you got this negotiating your contract. How'd you get it done?" It's like, bro, that's personal.
Yeah, that's between me and
That's very personal.
That's between me and my agent and the team, for sure.
Yes, that's
For sure.
very personal. But
sure.
then it could be extracted as though it's something different.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
So I'm not complaining here. I'm just saying these are just things that I've learned to live with.
The only thing I will argue, or the only thing I would say, in fairness, is we're starting to see it on the other side. Like, shout out Stephen A. Smith. He got his big contract, and everybody knows what it is now, right? So it is one of those things where, like, public figures, they're all getting exposed. So cool, fine. If it's a fair playing field, it's a fair playing field.
Okay.
That's the only thing I would ask.
I feel you on that. Because I'm going to discuss his contract. I'm going to discuss Stephen A's contract, and I'm going to say, I don't think you're worth it. Now, that may be controversial, right? Obviously, Stephen A., this is just for, somebody might try to clip that up. Watch the whole clip. I'm saying if I were the one to say that, yo, you don't deserve your contract.
Right.
You didn't show up to work.
We should have a second take. Does he deserve a max deal?
Does Stephen A. deserve a max deal?
Yeah.
I feel like now that it is changing into that public forum, we can discuss this a lot more openly.
But I think that's also the problem, too. Everything has become barbershop talk. And I think we forget what barbershop talk is.
Yes, that is a very casual sense. We use entertainment as almost like an escape where we're living vicariously through other people's lives, what we would do to make those decisions if we were them. Yeah, those are barbershop conversations. Like, if it were me, I'd probably handle it like this.
Yeah, Timmy Two Shoes Johnson was the best I've ever seen. I'm trying to tell you.
You know he was the best ever.
The best ever.
You know he was the best
I've seen
ever.
him drop 50 points in a quarter before.
Goddamn, I saw him wake up in his bed and then drop 50 in the bed while he was on the court.
And it was raining.
And thundering too. Goddamn.
They said he shook somebody so bad it caused a hurricane.
Shit, said he was adopted.
But now it's become news now, where it's like barbershop talk is the news. And it's like, wait. When did barbershop talk become that? And barbershop talk is just supposed to be to pass the time. Right?
I mean, I could look at that for every genre though. Let me share this with. I could look at it from every genre because from my standpoint, I've seen it evolve over time. And now we're seeing how the numbers are just astronomical.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, good shot.
Yeah, hit him, Onyx, again. Hit him again.
Good shot. No, but that's what I'm saying.
Onyx, we're on stream.
You gonna tell everybody? You gonna tell everybody hi? You gonna tell everybody hi? Say hi.
I'm about to pass it to your dad, okay? Okay.
High five.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Onyx. No. Yeah, Onyx. Yeah, stand on your square, dog.
He's still on.
Okay. All right, so this is the last point.
Yeah.
Was you're saying that the extra fluff around the game has been pretty much following the trend or rhythm of the world, meaning that in our industry, as much as we are exposing what's happening behind the scenes, that this is also happening in other public forums.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay, that's all I'm saying because I don't see how much.
And it's got lazy. See, that's one thing too. If we're gonna have barbershop talk again, I actually love this stuff. I could talk sports all day long. I could do debates all day long.
Are you talking about podcasters right now? Something tells me that you come in at an industry that you know very well that has turned journalism into straight.
Yeah, because everybody
voicing
can get a
your
mic.
opinions, and then if you have the most followers or you have the most
now all of a sudden you're right.
exciting guests,
everybody can get a mic. You know what I mean?
Everybody can get a mic. Is that really a thing now?
Yeah, everybody can get a mic. Make mics expensive again.
just cut out a certain group of people in society that can't.
I mean, like, you know what I mean? But again, I love this stuff. And growing up, that's all we did was debate. Like we did it for fun. But you had to know what you were talking about.
What's our timing?
Back it up with facts.
Huh? Okay, so can we get on the bus at 6? Yeah. Can we plan for us at 6? Okay, cool.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna eat. I'll let Jules or somebody take everybody around the suite. Okay, cool.
And then we'll do that. Yeah. So
you could take them around the suite.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. But yeah, growing up, like, you know, I love this stuff. So for me, even if it's gonna be barbershop talk, let's make a good barbershop talk. Now it's lazy. I think that's the issue with like analytics, the ring culture stuff. I just think it's lazy conversation because I don't have to watch.
You don't like the comparisons.
No,
you don't like the top 5s.
No,
top 10s.
I'm cool with it.
What about top 75s? How about that? You like those?
No, especially when people get taken out when they're not supposed to.
How about top 75s? Do you like those lists?
It depends on who's on it and who's not. But for me, it's again, if you're gonna speak on it, I want actual things to back up what you're saying.
Okay.
And I think with analytics, with the ring culture thing, I think it's lazy. It's somebody hand me a piece of paper or a phone with a number on it, and that tells me everything I need to know. I don't have to
Do you have a
watch.
problem with former players or like current players doing, like adding their 2 cents into it?
No, I love it.
Okay.
Because we want that perspective. What I don't like, though, is hey, we were there, bro. We don't need the revisionist history.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Oh, hold on. There's been some revisionist history going on over the last week or so. I don't know if you've been peeping.
Oh, Lord.
But
from some players? Oh, God.
I'm just saying. It was like, maybe people forget season to season.
Yeah.
But on a personal level, I'm not forgetting that.
Yeah,
on a human level, I'm not forgetting that, bro.
Yeah.
That basketball, of course, it takes precedent here. Have I made all the right decisions? Have I made all the perfect decisions? No.
Yeah.
But what I can say is, as a man, I stood up for myself. I made sure that I was good for, not only my family, but good for my friends.
Thanks.
Making sure that I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I'm not losing my peace of mind because I'm trying to appeal to somebody else or appeal to the situation.
Facts.
Right? And that's why I said over the last few weeks, I think I could have sat here, right, and gone through a bunch of Twitter clippings or Instagram clippings or Discord, right? But for me, I think that also has a time and a place, right? I'm not trying to go out and say, hey, he's wrong completely. You're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
But what I'm not going to do is revise the whole entire timeline and be like, okay, I don't have any accountability in this. Like,
Facts.
I didn't have a say-so in it.
Facts.
Come on.
And it's like we were there, bro.
Yes, we were right there. We were sitting next to you.
Yeah. That's again, that's when it gets into laziness and just.
No, but that's why I feel like
just to say it.
confrontation is not normal anymore. Like, where back in the day, media coming in our locker room, there were natural confrontations going on,
Facts.
right? And it also allowed people to authenticate what they meant or how they meant it.
Facts.
All right? So I agree with you in terms of how all of this has changed and transformed, but we do have a very lazy media space right now when it comes to certain topics and the way we discuss players and the way that we discuss the craft and the way that we even discuss each other, right? Because the fans and the players, we have such a unique position.
Facts.
I have a huge fan base, not just here in America, but internationally. Shout out to the tribe. I appreciate all you guys.
Twisty fingers in the chat.
You know what I mean? Twisty fingers, Twist 11s in the chat, Twisty fingers. I have a large fan base. Now, they're very active. Now, they have their own opinions. I can't control everything, but I can speak to the power of audience, the power of engaging with community, the power of showing them that these things can be done, that you are actually evolving as a person, and that you're involved in other things, right? But when it comes to the basketball takes, it's hard not to feel sensitive.
Of course.
About what I love to do. Right? I'm going to just leave it at that. It's hard not to feel sensitive when someone's talking about.
I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit.
Bro,
I get it.
I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. Now, am I sensitive to the point where I would try to go at somebody in the public forum as well and be like, bro, I think, and I don't even think that's sensitive. I just think that some people make different decisions when it comes to that. I just process those emotions a lot differently. I take it in stride. I understand that this does help the business grow. Now, if I'm at the butt of the jokes or I'm at the butt of the point, and they're not giving me any grace, that's the problem I had over the last few years. That was my big passionate, not big passion. It was almost my discretion, right, or my transgression that I had towards media pundits or people that were speaking about real life things. That now, when we look at it, it seems as though, well, Kai wasn't too crazy. I wasn't too crazy talking about it. But I'm saying when it gets tossed into on-court stuff versus your off the court, and then now that's being integrated into your on-court personality, and now brands are looking like, okay, well, now we can't touch them because,
You know what's funny?
And again, I didn't make it easy. I'm just saying for me personally.
But you know what's funny about that too? Again, because we live in a 24/7 media cycle and we have to talk about something, a lot of it was blown out of control and out of proportion on purpose. And so now, when we look back on it, it's like, oh, wait.
That looked kind of crazy, bro.
It looked kind of crazy when it's like, y'all ain't had to do that. You know what I mean? So then on the opposite side, right, because, I've tried to be fair. When people say, oh, he's a prophet, he's this, I'm like, I mean, maybe not, but like y'all the ones that made it bigger than it had to be. Like y'all made him a prophet. You know what I mean? Like y'all
they made you a prophet.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like if y'all would have just
but it was prophetic times. You got to think. It was prophetic times, bro. There was a lot going on, a lot of questions. Obviously, we don't have to go into detail about it, but those that know, I appreciate you, man, for staying rooted and allowing me to be a representative and make mistakes, but also learn from those mistakes.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Do you want to take them around really quick? I appreciate you guys tuning in. That turned from a 5-minute conversation into a 25-minute conversation.
Y'all wanna?
We got to
y'all
get
wanna do
everybody
this?
ready to go on a sightseeing bus. Make sure the IRL stream is ready.
Yeah, but I say, you ready for me?
Yeah.